The point is to bring the guys together. Since we don't have nothing official, we don't want the guys don't see each other, don't play each other for a while, for a long time. The official games we have is just the FIBA America qualification windows. That means, you know, guys came in, practice one day, play the game, play a second game, go back to their own teams. So basically, you don't have time to practice and to put the team together. So the main goal is bring the guys together, do kind of training camp, try to put, you know, put some of the structure, you know, in place. So when we play those FIBA windows, you know, we know what we do, right? So that's the main goal. We also have in a process to bring some young guys into the main team, this is a good opportunity to do it. So we kind of mix some young guys with the older guys, put together those two groups. It's huge for us because when we have those FIBA windows, sometimes the main guys can go because the EuroLeague sometimes don't allow them to go. So we have to have some like second group, you know, to get to know each other and be ready to play in case the main guys can make it. This is my 6 years as an assistant coach in the NBA. Just 2 years with the national team. I coached the team just in 2 tournaments, the last America Cup and the pre-Olympic we played last year. So basically as a head coach, I'm still learning, I'm still, you know, getting ready to. It's a different role when you are an assistant coach in the NBA and then when you have to be the head. There's a lot of things you don't have to worry when you are an assistant coach. You are more focused on your role. As a head coach, you have to look over everything, right? So it's good for me because it's make me a better coach. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying my time with the national team. This is a special time for Argentina. We just lost a huge generation for 20 years. Now we in a new process, so it's fun to bring some young guys and mix it and try to rebuild the team. I think the tough part is Argentinian players, when you have time to make a training camp and prepare for 3-4 weeks and go to the tournament, that's our strength, you know. We can do really well. On the other hand, with these FIBA windows, because all of our guys are playing here, overseas in Europe, every time they finish, you know, their games with their own team on Sunday, they have to travel for more than 12, 15, 20 hours to go there. And then you practice one day and play those FIBA windows that are huge. That's a challenge because the guys have to take a long flights and don't have time to practice and play, you know. And then we compete against teams that don't have the same. Most of their players are in America, so they're ready to put 3 or 4 practice, don't have to travel as much, and then they're ready. They're probably in better shape than us to compete. So I think that's, you know, build the roster and get the guys ready to play. Those FIBA windows are the hardest part by far. I think we have to do a better job to develop those young players, you know, and it started in Argentina in the clubs, you know. Some of those guys are coming to Europe very young, like 16, 17, 18. So it's very important how they develop in their own teams, because the reality in the national team, we don't have time to develop them. We just have time to just put together a game plan and just go to compete, right? So yeah, I mean, it's hard when you think about the last generation, a lot of players in the NBA, a lot of players in the EuroLeague. This is not the situation right now, which is challenging, you know, because some people expect same results, that's the hardest part, you know. You got to realize where you are and then try to go back to that spot. but it's gonna take time. You know, we need those young guys to develop and get ready to play. Well, first you gotta be hungry and you gotta dream big, right? Once you have those two things in place, then it's time to put the work in every day. You know, just put the work in, commit to the workout every single day, try to get better, and then just be ready to compete. I mean, and be prepared. You know, I always say to young players, there's only one spot. You know, who's gonna be ready to get that spot? You gotta be ready. You gotta be hungry to go get that spot, right? Because for sure there's plenty of players that they want that spot too. That's the mindset to me. You know, the young guys have to be willing to put the work in and do all the sacrifices that require, you know, to achieve your dreams.